Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As you come into the chat, be sure to drop your crowns and your elephants and like the video if you haven't liked it already. And let me know where you're watching from. We have a lot of news to get into in regards to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and more specifically, Erika Jayne Girardi. Yes, that's how we're going to call it now. No more separation, because she is a Girardi full through and through. Guys, we have a lot of news to cover, and as if you saw the thumbnail and you've read the description, there's more. There's more stuff that has come out about Erika Girardi that we need to cover. There's more. Shout out to everyone that's already in the chat. We already have 100 and something people already in the chat. TikTok is live as well. What's going on, my TikTok fam? Tisha from Connecticut is watching. What's going on, y'all? We are live on multiple platforms, including Facebook. We're live there at TheKempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. We're live on Twitch and Twitter at TheKempire. Follow me on those platforms. I see you guys. I see the UK's in the building. Arkansas is in the building. Maryland is in the building, as always. Oh, what's going on, Annie? What's going on, Aaliyah? Yes. Love seeing the elephants. Harlem's in the house. California's in the house. Love it. Texas, yes. Delaware, come on. You see that there's more. There's so much to talk about. We're going to get into this. I will separate some of these out so that you guys, for those that are watching the replay of this, that you just want the news, we will be separating those things out for you here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics. I've already posted a couple of videos earlier today. Be sure to check that out. More news on Britney Spears. Kylie Jenner is pregnant. More news on that. And there's some more news in regards to Michael K. Williams. If you did not see that video that I posted earlier today, there's more coming out. There were signs that Michael K. Williams was giving us in a recent interview that he did with Men's Health. And Akon thinks that the rich have it harder than the poor. No, he said it. I saw the video. He said it. I don't care how people want to justify it. Akon said it. He said more money, more problems. All right. That's not what we're here for. That's not what we're here for. As you guys know, tonight is a new episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. If you follow me on TikTok, if you don't follow me 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to go live there exclusively, and we're going to watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills together. By then, it would have aired, so you know I don't like to watch commercials. Follow me on TikTok. We're going to watch it together. You're going to get live commentary from me on TikTok at TheKempire. Links are available in the description of this video. Okay? 10 p.m. Eastern. At 9 p.m. Eastern, we will be going live again tonight. Look, I'm tired already. But we will be going live at 9 p.m. Eastern. I might go a little earlier, depending on when I finish dinner. You guys know, if I finish dinner a little bit early, make sure your notifications are on. We have to talk about the Style and Go Badia situation. Yes, there's more. But let's get into this. Thank you, Colleen, so much for the super chat. And thank you for joining. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to TeamKempire.com, and shout out to our texting community. Become a member at TextKempire.com. I'm going to put that information up here. Let's get into this information, because you know I don't like to waste your time. I like to get into all of the information. If you're just joining us, you can now rewind your YouTube video to the beginning, so I don't have to repeat myself. I don't mind it, but some other people do, okay? Let's get into this information. Shout out to my TikTok fam. I see you guys. What's going on, Tanisha? What's going on, user? Multiple numbers. Hello from Massachusetts. What's going on? All right, let's get into this. First of all, wait. All right, Erika. Lisa's catch your breath. I'm good. All right, let's get into this information, all right? Before we get into the full story, first of all, I love that you guys have your eyes peeled for all information, news, and things like that. And I love it when you send it to me. Well, someone sent this to me earlier. I apologize. I don't remember your user handle. But you guys sent this to me earlier, and I thought this was funny. I'm going to move it in front of me. So this person made a comment. I feel like Kay Archie and Zach keep attacking you. They're talking. This was on. Let me come around the side. This was on attorney Ronald Richards' Instagram. So this person says, I feel like Kay Archie and Zach Peter, you guys know, keep attacking you to get press because what they are saying isn't helping the victims. Also, it would be great to see you on Kempire's show and not Zach's. She said that. I didn't, Zach. But I appreciate the support. I need a booking agent. Why give him views? I would like to get clarification on how many sources of recovery the trustee has. I thought you were hired only to go after Erika specifically, and in addition, trustee can go after other sources which you're not hired for to get funds back into the estate. This would clear up the misinformation being spread that the victims are never going to see nothing, because the $25 million to Erika is not only source that could go back into the estate. All he did in response to this, let me move this over. And you guys sent it to me. I appreciate you, because I would have missed it completely. I barely can read my own comments, never mind someone else's comments. So he replied back to this person, not really answering any of her questions or his questions. He just says, "We love Kempire." All right, Ronald, thank you. I think she might have wanted an answer, though, to everything else. All right? But it's nice to know that he's not disliking the videos. That's why someone sent it to me. Like, he's not disliking the video. He loves you, Kempire. I think he loves me as much as... I'm just saying. Come on. Ronald, we appreciate what you're doing. Do we necessarily always agree? Of course not. That's just human nature. We don't always agree. But shout out to you guys for sending me this. I thought that was funny. Anyways, it's Real Housewives of Beverly Hills related. Had to share it with you guys. You know, I'm very transparent. All right. Let's talk about this lady. You remember this lady, Kathryn Edwards from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? She was there for a season. Her husband's really, really hot. Damn, I should have got a picture of the husband. Forgot. I could do it now, but I don't want to waste your time. Thank you, Libra. Sending love right back to you. Oh, Samaya, thank you. All right, guys. I appreciate the love. I can't respond to everyone, but I appreciate the love. Let's get into this, though. Let me just make this a little smaller, because they're covering my face. Everyone loves me, not y'all. All right, let's get into this. Let me move my chair over a little bit. Oh, the shade, Mel, the shade. Mel says, "Kempire, he loves you as much as I love White Castle when everything else is closed." Ouch. Damn. That hurt a little bit. Anyways, you remember Kathryn Edwards? She was on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I believe, just a season. But, you know, it is what it is. She's talking about her experience. Look, I'm using the wrong mouse. I have way too many things on this thing. She is talking about her experience with Erika Girardi. And this is so good. I love hearing what other housewives that are no longer on the show, that don't care what Erika Girardi thinks of them, Erika Jayne Girardi. I love this. Yes, hold on. Look, again, I'm using the wrong mouse. Susie says, "Kempire, Kathryn told a lot." Let's get into what Kathryn said. Kathryn Edwards spoke to our friends over at Behind the Velvet Rope with David Ontef. And this is some of the things that she said during that interview. We can't get into everything, but we'll get into some of the highlights. So as Erika continues to be accused of helping her once famed attorney husband steal millions from his former clients, this is from Reality Blurb, including orphans and widows of the Indonesian plane crash, Kathryn has taken a stand against her by sharing what she believes she knew and accusing her of being cold. Well, tell us something we didn't know. Okay? I'm in the wrong spot, y'all. I'm moving in the wrong spot. There we go. Yes. Kathryn had that mouth when they went to Dubai. Yes. Okay, let's get into it, y'all. This is what Kathryn said. She says, "I want to give her the benefit of the doubt to say that she didn't know everything. But if you're spending how much money a month on a card, and I think she knew that the business was paying the card. She's crafty, in my opinion." Okay, this is on the September 7th episode of Behind the Velvet Rope with David Ontef. After the live, I'll post a link in the description of this video. So according to Kathryn, she believes that Tom kept Erika in the loop with his lawsuit wins. Okay? She can do the math of what percentage of what his percentage is. Listen, I was married. I was married to a football player before I'm married to a football player now. Anyone can read in the newspaper what NFL players are making in the contract season. I don't have to see a check stub to figure out what's coming in, the tax. I like her. Maybe we need her to come back. We need some of these feisty ones to come back next season. So while Erika has claimed she was in the dark when it came to her husband's finances, Kathryn believes that if it weren't for the money, Erika would have never married Tom. So she's basically calling her a gold digger. I mean, this is what she says. It's money, honey. That's all it was. It was a business deal for her. The business dealing of the marriage, of settling with a guy you're not really in love with, and then the consequence. Like I said, I will post the link to this podcast because this sounds like it was juicy. Okay. So regarding Erika's claims that the funds and other assets forwarded to her by Tom were gifts, Kathryn said that even if they were likely purchased with the money he, quote, stole from the law firm. She's like, give the ish back. Give it to the rightful owners. She says, she noting this, that she said Kathryn herself would be beyond embarrassed to gloat about spending when all of the victims are owed money. She's saying what we've been saying. We need her to get on the show, though. Andy. We'll get to Andy in a second. Okay. Kathryn continues. She says, that to me is sick. If she wants to hold a ground that she knew nothing because she has to, and that's what her lawyers are, counseling her with, fine. But she could show some remorse. She could show some sympathy. That's the part for me that I'm blown away by how cold she is. We've been saying it. I'm glad someone else is saying it. So also during the interview, Kathryn took aim at Erika's behavior within the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast, noting what she exhibited, the trashiness that she exhibited during season 6. This is what she says. To me, she just was always just kind of like below the line trashy. I remember when we were in the bus after she did that show in San Diego and she had a really short skirt on and no underwear and she hopped up on the bar in the bus and I'm like sitting on the sofa and I'm like looking right up her dress and I'm like, do you have underwear on? And she's like, and she's like, looks down and she's like, no, or no. There is a lot more from this interview worth talking about. We're not going to get into it here because there's more I need to cover. There's more that I need to cover. If you're just joining us, we're talking about a mashup of Girardi news. Shout out to our friends over at Bravo's. Lord, let me make sure I get this right, y'all, because there's so many Bravo accounts that I follow. I want to make sure that I get it right. And so many very creative ways of how they say their names, okay? There it is. Bravo Snark Side. There we go. There are a lot of Bravo fan accounts and news accounts. I can't keep up. Well, they're reporting that the reason why we haven't seen Erika do press isn't because of her legal team. That's what Andy Cohen gave us. Remember, Andy said, oh, she's not going to do any interviews and things like that because legally it's not the right thing to do. But she can do your show and she can do the reunion. We also hear that they're prepping her for the reunion. I would hope so. I'm sure she's going to give us I can't talk about that legally. All right, girl. But what we're hearing is that possibly Bravo is going to have their own exclusive interview. You remember in the vein of, oh my God, when Countess Luann got arrested or Teresa went to jail. I mean, it makes sense. This is what Bravo does. Despite Bravo saying that they don't support anything that Tom Girardi did, they are benefiting from this. They are making tons and tons of money from this. So can we expect a Bravo exclusive interview with Erika? More than likely. And will she be asking for a big payday? More than likely. It's going to be interesting. I'm not surprised at the news, and I'm not surprised that she hasn't done any interviews. And of course, I don't think she's going to give us a lot, especially if Bravo is possibly working on an exclusive interview sit down between her and, of course, Bravo's, what's the word? I can't even think of the right word without being snarky. Andy Cohen. Wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if he's the one. I would be shocked if they had someone else interview her. I would be shocked. Let me see what you guys are saying. Hold on. Erika's grotesque. Susie says she's probably not allowed right now. Well, that's what we're hearing. Now we're hearing another report. The reason that she's not allowed is not because of her legal team, allegedly. They're saying it's because Bravo wants an exclusive interview with her. And I'm sure she's going to get a hefty payday for it. Jemmy says Andy loves Erika gross. Very possible. Let me take this down. Let me put who you guys find gross back up, because she looks shocked in that picture. She's like shocked at all the news. She's shocked at all the news. If you just joined us, we're talking about some more Erika Girardi news. There's just so much. I could sit here and make a video for this, a video for that, I just can't. I don't have the patience. This was supposed to be our reunion prep for Sutton and Garcelle, and we still will do it. At the end, I'm going to have you guys call in and let me know and let them know what they should do in order to prepare for the September 10th, this Friday, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. Okay? Let me just get out some of this other information that I want to get into. Okay. So, since we're talking about the reunion, let's talk a little bit about the reunion, and then we'll talk about some sort of deal Ronald Richards wants to give Erika Girardi. I'm not sure how much of a deal it is, but okay. So the Daily Mail has an exclusive, and they're saying this. Erika Jayne is furious at, quote, two-faced Kyle Richards and is only on speaking terms with her true friend. Oh, wait, you know what I got to do. Y'all know what I got to do. I got to pull up Thelma and Louise. We got to pull up Thelma and Louise. Hold on. Thelma and Louise. Her only true friend right now on the cast is Lisa Rinna. So this is an exclusive from the Daily Mail. They're reporting that Jayne has been on the hot seat all season, of course, as we know, amid her divorce from Tom Girardi. Her ex has been accused, of course, as we already know, embezzling tens of millions of dollars in settlement money from his clients, some of whom are widows, orphans, and burn victims. As we saw from what we're going to watch tonight in regards to the Dinner from Hell part two, or I guess this is like part 3 technically. But now her former confidant, Kim Richards, she is allegedly calling her Two-Face, and we've been calling her Two-Face for a while now. We've been saying that Kyle Richards Two-Faced. So according to this report, and let's get into this a little bit, what she's saying. She's saying that what the article's saying, they're saying that Erika's friendships have been put to the test on the show, as we all know, amid questions over just how much she knew about Girardi's financial dealings, especially the $20 million, which he is accused of funneling into her business account. Okay. After watching the show in real time, Erika now considers her former confidant, Kyle Richards, to be, quote, two-faced, and is appalled at what she considers to be hypocritical behavior by Dorit Kemsley. Oh, this reunion is going to be good. I hope you guys have great ideas for Sutton and Garcelle. I'll be dropping the call-in link. Let's get to 200 likes, and I'll drop the call-in link. I wanted to get through some of this information. So they're saying that Erika is preparing to come out swinging when, of course, she's joined by her fellow housewives to reunite on the reunion this Friday, which was revealed by Lisa Rinna on social media. Erika feels like Lisa Rinna is her only true friend on the show. And this is a close friend telling the Daily Mail. They're saying that Lisa Rinna is her only true friend. Rinna has been unflinching in her support of Erika this season, with some fans criticizing her loyalty after her confrontational treatment of her former friend, Denise Richards. So the insider is saying this: the other women say one thing to her face and something completely different behind her back. Lisa actually has her back, but why? I just honestly don't believe that Lisa's loyal to anyone. The only person that Lisa Rinna is loyal to is herself. I don't even know about her kids. She's even using Amelia as a storyline this season. You guys did hear Amelia and Scott broke up as the season is finishing up. Okay, girl. Scott probably was like, okay, I'm done, y'all. I really want to go date someone right now, and I don't want it to be like, oh, I'm cheating on her. Erika feels the hypocrisy from Dorit is outrageous. All you have to do is Google her name and see what pops up there. Add her husband's name to the Google search and your jaw will drop in reference to Dorit, which is true. Dorit hasn't had a storyline, but there is some real things happening with Dorit that they never report on the show. I think Dorit just literally talked about it this season for the first time. Okay? But I wonder what energy Dorit will be doing. Because Dorit, I know you're watching. Dorit, you need to join forces. And I hate to be this way because you know I'm not team anybody. I'm team victims all day, every day. But for the sake of Sutton and Garcelle, I know y'all not getting along right now, you and Garcelle, Dorit. But you need to have Dorit's back the way that you had. Well, no, you need to have Sutton's back the way that you had a backbone last week's episode. Okay? Okay. Erika's also disappointed and shocked with how Kyle Richards has turned on her and now realizes the warning Lisa Vanderpump gave her about Kyle was true. Erika knows that Kyle has two faces, both literally and figuratively. You know what? Oh my goodness. Erika also believes that Sutton should be sending her a paycheck to her house because if it wasn't for Erika, there would be no storyline for Sutton. Erika looks forward to facing the women at the reunion taping this Friday. She has a lot to say and will do it to their faces, not behind their backs like they've done to her. So she's just going to be a bully. She's just going to be giving us bully vibes the entire, reunion. She's just going to give us this, the entire reunion. This is what we're going to get from Erika, the entire reunion. Or this. Or plead the fifth. Who knows? Let me see what you guys think. The Housewives are two-faced. What a revelation. Exactly, Data. Oh, but there's more. I bet you all thought I was done. No, there's more to talk about in regards to Erika Girardi. If you're just joining us, there's just a whole bunch of news that came out in regards to Erika Girardi. I said, let's go live. Let's talk about it. We also have to prepare Sutton and Garcelle for the reunion taping that's happening this Friday. Okay? Let's get into this other story. All right? If you missed it, Ron Richards says that he loves me on social media. Oh, Ronald. Okay, let's get into what Ron Richards was saying in regards to a possible. I don't think Emily D. Baker, I know you're traveling right now. This is not a plea deal, but it's a deal. Ronald Richards is offering a deal to Erika. This is his deal. Let me move this in front of me. Okay. Here's the stunning fact. Well, first of all, before we get to the deal, this is what he's pointing out in regards to Erika and what she owes and what EJ Global actually made in the last 10 years. Okay? Here's the stunning factoid of the day. We cannot locate a singer, actress, or actress who has lost more money from 2008 to 2018 than Erika Jayne. To be exact, she reported from 2008 to 2014 and 2017 to 2018 losses of over $24 million. This is why California says she has no real business. That's sad. I hope to make way more than that. Well, this goes back to the story that we did about that tour manager. Remember the tour manager, Gary Balin? He wrote a blog talking about they would spend millions of dollars and all kinds of things. Like everyone on her team would get paid. However, they would travel across the country for a 15-minute gig, and Erika didn't make anything from it. But everyone got paid, including Mikey. He said Mikey made millions. And he's the one who got Mikey the job. Okay, so according to what Ronald Richards is saying is that in the last 20 years, Erika Jayne, you know, the superstar with all those #1 dance hits, she has made nothing. Of course she didn't. Have you heard her sing? Okay. So Ronald Richards, you know, Ronald Richards does have a sense of humor. He has a sense of humor, but at the same time, he's presenting interesting information that we're reporting on. So he posts this. Obviously, she's taking too much of it, and this is a response. If you look at all the way at the bottom, you remember what she said, Ron Richards. You need Lexapro. Talk about unraveling. So he responded with this, offering her a plea deal. Obviously, she's taking too much of it. Here's our offer. For each $100,000 she voluntarily returns of the $25 million, you remember she's being sued by the bankruptcy trustee for $25 million. Okay? I think I can move this over. I know you guys are like, where are you, Kempire? I'm here. And move it over. So he says, here's our offer. This is the offer, he's saying. For each $100,000 she voluntarily returns, okay, of the $25 million of her personal expenses that were paid by Girardi Keese, that's the law firm, Tom Girardi's law firm, we will add 10% if returned within 10 days. Oh, man. First of all, we know she's not going to do any of that. She's not going to do any of that. I know that we're going to hear more and more from Ronald Richards once this reunion airs. Reunion probably will be airing in the next few weeks. They're taping it this Friday. And as you saw this from the thumbnail of this video, I said this was going to be reunion prep. You know how they prep for court? Well, we got to prep Sutton, Strack, and Garcelle Beauvais for the reunion. I kind of say for Dorit, you're going to have to pick a side. You're going to have to pick a side. I hate to be that way, but they need support. And just the two of them is not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. Even though I have to say, Dorit showed up last week. It'll be interesting how the rest of this episode will play out. Guys, if you don't follow me on my TikTok, what's going on TikTok? Be sure to follow me at 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to go live there exclusively. We're going to watch the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills dinner together, and you're going to hear my commentary there exclusively on TikTok. Everything is at TheKempire. Okay? All right. Let's see what you guys are saying. She would never do that. She wants all those coins for herself. She's going to have to pay something. I don't know if we've even asked this question of Ronald Richards or Emily D. Baker. She's going to have to pay something. I don't think she's just going to walk away scot-free. We also don't know who's paying for her legal bills. We don't know who's paying for her lifestyle right now. Someone's paying for it, and she refuses to reveal who. Especially because we know that she's not getting paid from her music career. We also understand that, we've seen paparazzi photos of her going to dance classes and doing it. Who's paying for that? Are you really trying to go out there and the gays will support her. the gays will support her, and she will probably make a pretty penny from touring prides for the next 10 years. I won't, because I never saw the obsession with her music. She's a beautiful woman, I give her that. The music never was it for me. Usually the gays have better taste in music, though. Why are we supporting her? I'm not. I'm definitely not. Healthy says they still have money. A voice with the wind, in the wind. She has tons of offshore accounts, allegedly. We reported on one recently. A caller called in. Miki says, hey, Kempire, I'm fairly new to you. Eric De Niro mentioned you before. Who's Eric De Niro? That sounds familiar. I apologize, Eric De Niro. I'm not shading you. You never know when you say something like that. People get all, how dare you not know who I am? Oh, wait, you said Erika De Niro. Sorry. I'm sorry. I thought I read as Eric De Niro. And I'm like, who's that? I know who Erika De Niro is. That's my girl. I'm sorry. Erika, don't kill me. Oh, my God. I'm so embarrassed. I'm okay. I'm living for this prep. Yes, Kempire. Let's make sure they don't mess this reunion up. Do you do this on the other Housewives? Yes, we do talk about all of them. And guys, I'm going to be getting into the OC. I haven't really reported a lot on the news coming out from the OC, but we will be recapping it. I'm not obsessed. I'm not obsessed with anyone, but I really want to dig deep into Noella. She seemed like Mia giving us a lot. I want to dig deep into, and that sounds so dirty. I'm sorry. What the hell? I think it's the lipstick LGBT support and her love her music. I don't know about all that. Anyways, guys, we're at who disliked the video? Erika probably did. Erika, I apologize. I read it wrong. When it said Eric De Niro, I said, who's Eric De Niro? I read it wrong. I know who Erika De Niro is. We've been on a panel together. I apologize. Data, that's the part you would catch. Let me drop the call-in number. I want it for those that are calling in. This is not about weighing in on the hot topics that I just covered. This is about preparing Sutton and Garcelle for this week's reunion. It's happening on Friday. Everyone needs to take this video and tag them in it. Maybe I'll cut this up and I'll make this a separate video and tag them in it. Okay? This part is about preparing Sutton and Garcelle for the Real Housewives of, I'm about to say Atlanta, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 11 reunion. Yes, we understand that they'll cut out a lot of the good stuff, unfortunately. But regardless, we need them to walk out of there stronger than ever. Someone not called in. They left a comment saying that every time that Erika comes at Sutton, she should just name a victim and how much she owes them. I thought that was brilliant. I just feel like Bravo will edit it out. But it's going to be hard to edit it out if she keeps saying But there's a way around that. There's a way around it. And I believe all of you are fantastic at coming up with ideas. I'm going to drop the call-in link for you guys to call in. Share ideas for Garcelle and Sutton. We already know they need to have each other's back. Regardless, they need to have each other's back. But we need clapbacks. We need a binder times moment. Yes. Okay. Hold on. Thank you so much. Uplifting Depression. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Remember the beginning episodes, Erika listed all the other sources that she has made money like Broadway. Where did the money go? Go not to EJ Global. We see that. And she said that she does not have a bank account. She did try to make it seem like she was making money in other places. Hey, from France. I was just talking with my friend that lives in Paris. She has made money in other ways. But I wonder when she made that money, like her Bravo check, does that go directly to her or did that go directly to EJ Global or this new Pretty Mess company? Like, I want to know, where is that money going? Anyways, let me drop the link. I want to hear what you guys are saying because we are going live again. I'll probably go live before the 9 p.m. Eastern. We have to talk about Fallon Gobadia again. Yes. There's more news. We'll be going live. I will be taking callers. And then that is it for the day. I will be going live exclusively on my TikTok at 10 p.m. Eastern to watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills together. So I will be watching it and commenting. Okay? Thank you so much, Tabitha, for the super chat. Appreciate supporting the channel. Okay, let's get into this. Not the Bravo little check. I know, Jemmy. Marcia said they need bodyguards. Is Robin available? Dixon? Let me drop this. Hold on, y'all. Call in link. I can't believe I got through all those stories. I mean, I didn't go in great depth with them, but you guys get the gist. You get the gist of what has come out just today or since yesterday in regards to Erika Girardi. For our replay crew, let me know your thoughts in the comment section later on today. Nicole says, leave Robin alone. I will never leave Robin alone. It's a term of endearment. All right. I dropped the call-in link. We're going to take a few callers. Callers, I will be using the timer just because this is your opportunity to prepare Sutton and Garcelle for season 11, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. That is taping this Friday. Okay? All right. Someone said Fenty or Fendi. Where are we talking? How are we talking about that? Always Fenty. Support Black business. Even though they have a collaboration with Nicki Minaj too. I do not. Do I? Don't let me pull her out. I will pull her out. All right, let's take some callers. Christina, I'm going to bring you up.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Kempire. I'm going first today.
Yes. You came in great.
Okay, so I just have on for Garcelle, and I don't know how to pretend other people's accent, but like how she delivered the if you let me ask this question or whatever, like that that caused like tears or
Yes.
like the big brouhaha. Anyway,
Mhm.
so something along the lines of like, Erica, when did things change with Tom? Did things change with Tom when you started Real Housewives because he just started having other women? You were not feeling to be the lover wife anymore, or did things change after his accident? So something like that. Because I mean, the narratives are different, right? Like supposedly she decided to become Erika Jayne after 10 years of marriage. Didn't wasn't really interested in being the wife that goes to the party anymore.
Mm.
Or 3 years ago, we got in an accident and things changed. But anyway, I'm not going to keep the line. That's my one. I tried to come up with one for Sutton, but I can't come up because I just I
So
have a hard
basically,
time channeling her.
Christina, so just so I can clarify, so basically what you're saying, that's what Garcelle, she's really been great this season about asking the right questions and bringing up the right thing. So you're saying
Exactly.
basically she should be an investigator. So ask certain questions as opposed to answering questions and defending herself. She should be just shooting questions.
Yep, exactly. Like prompting the questions the way she was doing on the show. Because I feel like if she defends, you know how it goes. She's gonna be on the defensive, gonna come across as the angry black woman. It'll just be wasted in the narrative. But if
Mm,
she probes, then it prompts others to probe further. Hopefully, Andy will pick up on it or give her the space to say, hey, I actually want to hear the answer to this. But Shady Andy might not let her. But I feel like that's how she should proceed, in my opinion.
yeah.
And things like so. Now that you know that these are ill-gotten money, like, what do you think is your responsibility? Do you think you should pay some of it back? Like, as your friend, I understand that you didn't know how this went down. Like, what did Tom do? Because that's Tom. But now that you know that it's ill-gotten money, like, how do you feel about that for the victims? You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
not accusing her per se, but being like, I'm not saying you knew all of this, but now that you know, what are you going to do about it? And just probe, probe, probe. Like channeling Monique with a binder, but with questions after questions after questions, and very nicely. Like, I mean, she's an interviewer. She knows how to deliver these.
Yeah. I want to emphasize something because I know Andy and I know your team watches. these these little channels. But all of us are watching you too, Andy, because you have said some things since the season has aired that people have looked at you like, how are you supporting this sort of behavior and not mentioning the victims and talking about how you didn't that you didn't watch The Housewife and The Hustler because two of the housewives were there, but there were also tons of victims that were interviewed for it.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I feel like he's sort of in a hard position because he's an executive producer, which means like he has to protect the network. So I think it would have been best for him to keep his mouth shut per se, like not get in the phrase of a talent. And when people were asking questions, you should have just been like, hey, we're letting the show play itself out, whatever, like Erika, giving space for everything. But he went in there and did that shit about the documentary.
Yeah.
And it kind of pierced the fourth wall for him. Like that was his protection. But I don't know. I disagree with you on the Garcelle should protect Sutton because, I mean, yes and no, but I feel like she should just be her. If she doesn't feel like batting for the other person, like she should just do what she needs to do to stand in her truth, and Sutton can play her thing the way that she needs to play her thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that they're like two individual people and they're friends, but like in some ways, if they start quote unquote sort of like doing the ganging up like the others are doing, it's gonna get lost in the fray. I think they should just be like very individually tackling things the way that they tackle things in their manner without like piggybacking so that it doesn't come across like a pylon, even though it's not a pylon because it's like 2 against 4, but the 4 is like a really strong like pylon. So like I feel like, I don't know, it's just my opinion, but I feel like they should like strongly defend their cases on their own.
Okay.
And
this is why we're having the prep meeting, because that's an important detail. But Christina, I want to get to we have quite the line backstage. Thank you for calling in.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. All right. I didn't get to these super chats. Megan, thank you so much for the super chat. Megan says, notice how she never went after LVP to her face. She never snapped at her. Erika didn't want to go toe-to-toe with her. Hold on. Let me get to a couple other super chats that I missed. Hold on. LG, thank you so much for the super chat. LG says, I was floored that Up and Adam took Kim Archie's word while she was throwing shade and trying to discredit Ronald Richards. He needs to take that video down. I don't know what video you're referring to. I don't know what you're referring to. But one thing I do know about Up and Adam, he's reporting the news very much. Like a lot of times, you guys, when we report certain things, you may not agree with what we're reporting on. Doesn't mean that's our position. We're reporting on what a person has said, trying to be fair. So just kind of keep that in mind. I don't know what video you're referring to. I haven't seen it. But just to keep that in mind. Thank you so much, Jack, for the super chat. The only clapback they need is clink clink with the handcuffs motion when she acts. Oh, I need that sound effect. Note to self every time we talk about Erika. Thank you guys so much for the super chat. Let's get to some more callers. Bethany, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Bethany?
Hi, Kempire. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Well, I'm good. I actually just got out the hospital today, and I'm home and getting ready to get in the shower.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I don't really want to get too much into myself,
Okay.
but I've just had a lot of health problems since about April. I had to have open heart surgery, and then I had to have spleen surgery.
Oh my God.
And I have like an infection in my body, and this infection, it keeps coming, like it's attacking like different parts of my body. Like it's really weird, but no sympathy, none of that. I got this, you know what I mean? I'm not really good at clapbacks, but
that's okay.
what I hope happens at the reunion, is it just me, or do you feel like through the season, like, when this stuff is happening with Sutton and everybody's attacking Sutton, do you feel like Garcelle is being a little too quiet, or?
I I've said that. I've said that a couple of times. I just kind of feel, especially because we know Sutton isn't so confrontational, I just wish someone, even if it's not Garcelle, someone would be a little bit more supportive.
Or even Dorit, but you know how Erika, Lisa, Kyle, all of them, they have their own little whatever. What is it? The Force 5 or
the Fox Force 5?
Yeah, whatever. Dorit, like, even if it wasn't Garcelle, like, I would think that Dorit would, well, she kind of did, like, the last episode. She kind of said, you know, some stuff, but she didn't say near as what she was saying when they did the meeting. You know what I mean? Like, and I hope at the reunion that, well, Garcelle kind of stands behind Sutton a little bit more. And they're like, and they just question her, hold her feet to the fire. And I want to know why she wants to bully certain, like Sutton. Sutton's like a sweet little Southern girl. Not all of us Southern girls are like Sutton, but I give it to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she's just asking the questions, you know, like, well, I want to know what you want to know. And I kind of hope that they have her back, at least Garcelle, a little bit more. And I also hope Erika calls out, you know, her friends that are saying what they want to say in confessionals, and they want to say what everybody else is saying, but they don't want to say what they're saying.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
And you know how with the Potomac reunion, how they said like a lot of stuff was cut out, you know, some stuff was cut out and stuff. I hope they don't do that with Beverly Hills.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, I'm hoping so bad. Because, you know, this is actually my first season actually watching the Beverly Hills. I never got into them until this season.
Well, it's a good season to get into. Bethany, I hate to cut you off. I hope you feel better. I want to get to some more callers, all right?
Okay. Have a good one.
You too. Bye. All right. We're going to bring up some more callers, guys. If you're just joining us, we are getting our girls, and I say our girls, Garcelle and Sutton, ready for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. If you're just joining us, at the top of the show, we reported on like 3 different stories, well, probably 4 different stories regarding Erika Jayne Girardi. Be sure to check that out and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Shout out to my mods that are in the chat, and shout out to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to teamkempire.com, or you can click the join button under this video. Okay. Let's take some more callers. For finally, Justice is here, ready to prepare Garcelle and Sutton. Finally, Justice.
So, first things first is that I agree with the first caller, and I agree that Garcelle doesn't have to have Sutton's back. The other girls need to have Garcelle's back. All right, this is not a Hollywood movie. Black people are not supporting the white fragility of it all. We need them to support her. Because if she feels comfortable enough and other people are supporting it, she'll ask the right questions and continue to ask that. And they will have no choice but to have that in the final cut. Because the last thing we need is for her to start it and then, you know, because we know how their editing is. They leave out a whole bunch of stuff from the filming. Because the first episode is always just them getting ready. I do want Garcelle and Sutton to have something in their hands, like either a fan or just some sort of prop in a sense that has some nice points that they want to make, so you don't forget them, because it's really I think it's really easy to get caught up in her band oh my gosh, I'm sorry, pregnant brain. What's her name? I'm sorry, what's the jail harlot's name again?
You really forgot Erika Jayne Girardi's name?
Okay. I blanked. I'm sorry, I'm like 6 months pregnant. I blanked.
Oh, congrats.
Thanks. So the thing is like you end up getting caught up into her talking, but not into what it really is, because she's going to catch them off guard and get stuck on this one thing of like, why are you talking to me like this? But the fact is that they need to be able to have enough pushback and points to keep her going into this direction, because we need to ask the right questions. When did you find that this marriage wasn't working? You know, why would you continue why would you continue to stay in the marriage and make it seem like this for national television and other things? Why was he paying for everything on your tour if you have your own company that makes money, allegedly? you know? So these
Mm-hmm.
are the things we have to get to the nitty gritty about. And I would really like it if we could get like some sort of legal expert on here, because I would really like to know why there's no criminal charges against either party yet. I know they're still investigating the money part to get money back, but I think that, you know, it's a pretty simple case that at least Tom Girardi should be facing some sort of legal issues. But I'm not sure or if there's a petition we should sign for the state's attorney's office. But I wanted
even
to keep it
so, we have to
short.
remember Tom Girardi is now saying that he has dementia and Alzheimer's. How are you
Doesn't
going
matter.
to criminally charge someone like that?
Well, guess what? That seems like a palm-colored person problem. If it was one of us, it wouldn't matter. If you were a
we already
veteran,
know.
dementia,
We already know.
mental health, any of that stuff. So we need a whole accountability. So I'm not sure if anybody has a petition to sign, put finally justice on it, because I'm up there. All right. And I wanted to keep it short because I want to be able to talk to you later on tonight as well. Bye.
Okay. Bye. All right, guys. All right. If you guys are just joining us, shout out to my mom. Shout out to everyone that's in the chat. I appreciate you all sharing your thoughts in the chat. Of course, be respectful of the callers. I don't care what you guys say about me. I have tough skin. I know it's nice and soft, but I have tough skin. But be respectful of the people that are calling in. They're calling in to share their opinions. They don't need you saying anything negative about them in the chat. Just a reminder. Okay? All right. We're going to take some more callers. Let's get to everyone. A voice in the wind. We're going to bring you up. What's going on? A voice within the wind.
Hey, thanks for taking my call.
Of course. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, you bet. So here's the thing. Erika, for the last 5 years, gave these women nothing. She withheld from them. She lied to them. She expected them to follow her blindly. And they owe her nothing. And I think what I would do is I would have Garcelle and Sutton look at the other girls and say, what is it that you think you owe? First of all, I would look at her and tell her to keep her teeth in her face. That's the first thing I would say to her. You keep your teeth in your face. I mean, these women are so scared of her, and I don't understand why.
No.
Did
you not see this face? Hold on, I got to bring it up. Look, did you not? I mean, I was a little scared.
Oh, no. See, I'm from New York. I'm not scared of her.
Me too.
I'm from New York. The other thing is that the first year that she was on the show, she said she said she could be a lawyer now from everything that she learned from her husband. Now, all of a sudden, she knows nothing. Please. I mean, I just don't understand. Well, for the last, 5 years, these women haven't had backbone at all. Kyle has always talked shit behind everybody else's back. Always. And never, ever, ever was able to stand up to anybody. So somebody needs to say something to her. But I'm just saying that I don't understand why people are afraid of this girl. She's like a bully. She's like a bully that, when you were a kid, she was the one that had the ponytail that used to, bully everybody.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to stop. And, I just wish that everybody would just speak their truth. But I don't know if that's going to happen. But Sutton sure is. She does not care. And you know what, Garcelle? Let me tell you something about Garcelle. Garcelle needs some time sometimes to think about what she's going to say. But trust, she will be ready for this. She will be ready. I know she will. Because a lot of people are talking in her ear right now, and she'll know that she has an army in back of her. And Garcelle and Sutton, if you're listening, we are part of that army. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much for calling in.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Bye. And we have a familiar face backstage. I don't know what was going on in the chat, y'all, but Lord have mercy. What was going on? What was going on? All I saw was a comment. Someone's high, but not high on life. What is happening? And thank you so much for the super chat. Tom's otherwise were able to leave. So what made EJ different? Oh, that's a really good point. And what did she do if Tom could get out of a prenup with his infidelity? You bring up such good points, Anne. Thank you so much for the super chat and the clarity. All right, hold on. Jag, thank you for another super chat. Hold on. Oh, I forgot to shimmy. I'm sorry, y'all. Jack says Sutton should print out Erika's Amex report, bring it out when Erika says, I'd like to know where the money went, and start reading it line by line. Oh my gosh. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. If you guys think that is brilliant, please just drop a crown in the chat. Just drop a crown in the chat. Shout out to Jack. I like that. I love that. I love that. I love that. All right, we're going to take a few more callers, and I'm going to wrap this up, guys, because you know what time it is. It's time to eat dinner. And we will be back. Probably, I might go live a little bit earlier than the 9 p.m. Eastern for the Fallon Gobadia story, but stay tuned. Set your reminder so you don't miss out on that live. I want to hear your opinions on that story as well. We're going to get into that a little bit later on. Chanel says, can't hear you. Can't. What? You guys can't hear me? Testing. Oh, no, some people can hear me. George says, no more Fallon. George, it's happening. It's happening. All right. QK, I'm going to bring you up for QK, we need you to focus. It needs to be prepping Garcelle and Sutton. Wendy, thank you so much. Thank you, Lulu, for letting me know you can hear me. Wendy says, the high on life was me. Wait, the high on life was me. I got you, boo. I'll take a mofo out if he comes for you. Oh, the high on life. I was like, wait a second. Oh, thank you, Wendy. I don't know what's happening in the chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. Shout out to Wendy. Yes, crowns. All right. Okay. QK, I'm going to bring you up. QK, what should they do in order to prepare for this reunion?
Well, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm always focused. You just can't keep up.
Look, hit timer.
Right. In an hour, I'm going to go on Monique's live and ask her for the binder to give to Sutton. Right. And what Sutton and Garcelle should do, you've seen that famous movie, Death Becomes Her? The funeral scene? They should come in with veils on. Garcelle with big shades on. Come in, sit down and mourning, and every time Erika starts, Sutton should bring out a Mary Poppins bag, chuck out a gasoline on the floor, and just say that victim's name. And then when she says something else, she should pull out a receipt, like Susan said to you, just start naming the victims. And when Erika starts crying, she should pull out some teardrops, pull over the veil and start putting them in her eyes, say, Andy, look, I'm crying too. Put the focus on me because I need it as well. And Garcelle should be just dipping and going, who? Yeah. And if Kyle starts, Garcelle should just start saying one word, so we're just dragging her and Rinna. And then when Erika kicks off, she should pull out a fan saying, you're not the only victim in the world, and going, Andy, it's getting a bit hot in here, isn't it? Subtle shade works.
I just feel like this reunion is not going to happen because if they take any of our ideas, they're not going to film any of this or let it see the light of day.
You've got to make light of Erika to diffuse her dramatic behaviour because they are going into more Chicago career. Useless. That's all I've got to say, really.
And you did it under 2 minutes.
Oh,
Thank you.
And wait a minute, the handcuffs thing. The handcuffs thing, they should bring LVP out with her crown on to do this interview, looking directly at Erika, you know, the sniper from the left, and she should go and fucking handcuff her. Bye.
Bye, QK. Guys, if you're just joining us, we have almost 900 people watching. Be sure to like this video if you haven't liked it already. We're live on TikTok. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Twitch and Twitter. Be sure to follow us on those platforms so you don't miss out. We will be going live later tonight watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills on my TikTok, 10 p.m. Eastern. Be sure to follow me there if you're not following me already. Right TikTok, we're going to watch, and I'm going to have commentary while I'm watching. Instead of doing my live tweeting, I'm going to be live watching with you guys on my TikTok. Everything is at TheKempire. All right, let's go. All right, Bernice is here. Whoa, Bernice.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. No. I'm a little buzzed because I've been drinking sangria with a hint of Grey Goose, so I have to remember my thoughts. Okay. Garcelle and Sutton got to go in there prepared for battle. They should know that they're going to be by themselves because the other little henchmen are not going to come to their rescue.
Mm.
Them 3 other little bitches ain't going to do nothing.
Come on.
They're not going to do a damn thing. The REIT may have a moment of clarity, but she going to shut the hell up and think about it again and say, like, okay, and go back to Erika's side. Lisa is not going to say anything against Erika because Erika done funnel money through her daughter's um, clothing line and through her business. So come on now. And Kyle, little wishy washy, I want to kick to next week ass. Ain't gonna say anything. She gonna point out everything that everybody else said. Mind you, she done said the same damn thing, but she not gonna throw attention to herself. She gonna throw everybody else under the bus. So, they just need to go in there prepared. Like you said, come down there with the listen. You said you have a LLC. You had $20 million going there. You're responsible for it. It went out to these companies. Can you specify exactly what those companies did for you, Erika? You keep saying that you're the victim, and the victims are not the victims, and you're the victim. I'm sorry. Millions of people got cut off for unemployment this week and don't know where, and me included, and don't know where that next dollar is coming from. And bitch, you living on TV, faking the funk, stole these people money along with your husband, living this lavish lifestyle with no consideration for the people who you took the money from. And then I'm supposed to feel sorry for you? Oh, hell no, I don't think so. Okay. And for you to keep flinching, at Sutton. And I'm sorry, I'm from Detroit. When she did that hiss at her right in her face,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, baby, you in my 3 feet. I'm sorry. My reflex is gonna come back, and I'm saying, like, I'm going in defense mode. I gotta protect myself, and they're gonna knock you the hell out. Okay.
All right, Bernice, your time is up, and you having a very good old time over there. Enjoy the rest of your evening, okay, Bernice?
Okay, but I got it under 2 minutes, didn't I?
Yeah, yes, no, you did. It was under 3. But it's all right.
Okay, but
Bernice is the best. All right, we're gonna take 3 more callers, and that is it, guys. We are going to go live again at probably like around. I might go live a little earlier, but I have it set for 9 p.m. Eastern. We have some Falun Gobadia information to go over. I will be taking your calls then as well. Right now, we're talking about Erika Jayne Girardi. We're preparing Garcelle and Sutton for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. Don't forget, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills airs tonight. All right, Diva, we're going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Diva?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. First, I think just like QK, they should have a binder, and I think they should have each tab like Kyle, but name it bangs, like her bad bangs. Rena, no, name it wig. Dorit, maybe Rent the Runway, TJ Maxx, whatever. Crystal, but name it pants. And have like one that's for like Reddit, like everything that's written in Reddit. And I think that for each one, for that one episode when they went to Sutton's house, they need to review that video, the episode back, and watch it back and forth and write down everything everyone said, every question that anybody said, any comment they did, things maybe that we may have not seen, but it may jog their memory, and so they can write down for each person what question, what comment, everything that was said that Erika may not have known, so they can always have so if Kyle gets on her high and mighty stump speech, they'd be like, well, Kyle, you asked about this and you wanted to know about that. Roll footage or something like that, I think they should do that, and I think they should study Erika's TED Talk that she did about how she can flip flop between her personas and her personality, and how she can change things so maybe at least for Sutton not to be so scared when she gets all upset, because that it's just fake, it's not really her. She could be like the little wimpiest wimp anywhere. And I also think, lastly, if they could convince Kim to come under the guise of supporting Kyle, but really just to rattle Rinna just for Rena to know that Kim is in the building and can come out at any time. She just may be off her game anyway, and that's about it. So I
All right, Diva. Thank you so much for calling in.
was that under two? Or
You literally, it was 1 minute and 59 seconds.
Awesome. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Diva. All right, we're going to take 2 more calls. That is it. So Mel and Jordan, we're going to take your call. Guys, thank you so much for joining. If you haven't liked the video already, we already have almost 800 people watching. Like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Let's guess, guys, in the comments and in the chat, let's guess the 3 people that disliked this video. We already know Ron Richards loves us, so we know it wasn't him. Erika, Lisa Rinna, and probably Kyle, because Kyle's in her feelings. All right, Mel, we're going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Mel?
Hey, brother, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing good, sir. So I'm going to be very concise. I'm thinking, so for, oh, I'm sorry. Did you hear an echo? Everything's good?
Everything's good.
Okay, good. So I think that for Erika and Sutton, they need to go to a reunion and reiterate very strongly, listen, even with in regard to other women, nobody on this panel committed any crimes that we know of. That could be the shady remark. And nobody on this panel has committed any crime against you. So when we start asking questions, innocent questions, don't treat us as hostilely and as aggressively as you've done. That's step number 1. And also stop telling us to continue to trust you blindly, when if you supposedly didn't trust your husband blindly, you wouldn't be in these problems that you are in right now. So the idea is that she trusted her husband very blindly. Now she's in trouble. How can she advocate for trusting blindly of anybody when that's the reason she claims she's in these problems? So those 2 kind of weapons that she used for the whole season, I need them to take that back from her at the reunion and sit her there and say, listen, you're a grown woman. Stop blaming us by asking questions and being very hostile towards us. I think that would be some of the things I would say. I'm a loss for shade. My mind is a little. It's been very busy today for me here, and we in the same city, brother. So it's been very busy for me. But I think Miss Bernice was on point, and so was QK. QK was, he's adorable, wonderful. So yeah, I think that the messy part, the other callers called in, but for me, the biggest part for me has always been that she's been like, she's been saying that trust me, and stop basically being wrong against me. And I need them to basically take that away. Say, we have not committed any crimes against you, for one, by asking questions. And you trusted blindly, and I got you in a lot of trouble. So please don't advocate for people trusting anyone blindly these days.
Mel, thank you so much. You did that exactly at 2 minutes.
Okay, thanks. That's wonderful.
Thank you. All right, Jordan's going to be our last caller. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's take our last caller. We are prepping Sutton and Garcelle for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion that is set to tape this Friday. And I did see your comments. You guys want me to host. I don't want to be anywhere near Erika and her spitting or what. Because I don't think I would have the same reaction as Garcelle or Sutton. And I'm not a fighter, but I can cuss you out. All right, Jordan, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Jordan?
Hey.
Oh, okay. So seriously, Erika needs to come into the reunion to throw herself at the mercy of the court of public opinion, because she needs to be able to step back and be like, okay, I've made this season completely about me, my feelings, this is affecting me, and I've only mentioned the victims once this entire season. I think that she should have approached this season by trying to figure out how she can aid the victims in getting back, like going on like some sort of covert thing to like try to like find the information to help the case, instead of acting like, oh, well, all of this is just affecting me. And it's literally, you were basically an accomplice to the thievery in the first place, right? I think that Sutton needs to go into the reunion ready to say, I told you so. Because she spent half the season talking about, I don't want my name in any articles mentioning this, and people were acting like, why would she say that? Why would she say that? And yet now this company being investigated saying that Erika funneled cash through it. This is exactly what Sutton was talking about. This is exactly what she was talking about. It's like, okay, so now can we understand how all of us had questions? We're all well due to have these questions, because each time that some stuff came out last year, it always started with Real Housewives of BH Star. Real Housewives of BH Star. Will this play out on the show? Will this play out on the show? What will we see on the show? What did her co-stars know? They were all valid to have the question. And like your last caller said, blind loyalty got Erika in this situation. So how could she expect anyone to give her blind loyalty when her blind loyalty got her sued for $25 million? That's all I'm saying.
All right. Jordan, we appreciate you calling in and sharing your opinion.
Thanks, love. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye. All right. I love when you guys call in and share your thoughts. Here are my final thoughts on this reunion and what I think Sutton and Garcelle need to do. Garcelle, I think Garcelle will be fine. I think Garcelle knows how to handle herself in these situations because, look, Black women. But with that being said, Sutton reads. Look, she read the full article, that LA Times article. She read it multiple times. So Sutton, I hope that you've done your homework and you know everything about what's been reported on from Ronald Richards' Twitter account and all the legal documents that he's posted. I just need you, and if you can't remember everything, you need your own binder. Maybe I can count on you guys to be creative. She doesn't need a binder because we don't want her to seem like she's copying Monique. She needs something else. Maybe she should bring one of those big coffee table books designed by Dolce & Gabbana. I hope they can do that in the next couple of days. But I'm sure she has one at the house. And you should come and wear a crown. Wear one of the Dolce & Gabbana crowns. Yes. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all being here. We were doing very, very well with all of you calling in and share your thoughts in the comments and in the chat. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to everyone that sent in the super chat. Also, guys, don't forget, we are still raising money for Project Hope that is helping out with those affected by Hurricane Ida. You can find out more information under the last video that we just posted. You can find a link there so you can make a donation. I think we're at like over $300 so far. So thank you. Our goal by the end of this month is $1,000 for Project Hope. All right. Thank you again to my mods. Thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to everyone that was a part of the conversation in the chat. I see you guys as well. Yes. A Dolce coffee table book. Yes, come on now. Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate you. Thank you to everyone that was a part of the conversation. And thank you for those that, that have a differing opinion. We don't expect you guys to have the same opinion as myself or everyone that's in the chat. We welcome differing opinions, but be constructive, be respectful. You can have a difference of opinion. Don't lose your mind, though. Anyways. Guys, let me know your thoughts for those that are watching the replay of this, of how Sutton and Garcelle can prepare for this Friday's reunion, and your thoughts on some of the hot topics regarding Erika Jayne Girardi that we reported on earlier in this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to go have some dinner. I will see you guys back here to talk about Fallon Gobadia, Jalen Banks, and Simon Gobadia, and poor Portia Williams. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, because you're getting daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. And be sure to subscribe to my podcast where you get an unfiltered version of these hot topics. I have a lot to share. It's been a few weeks since we've done an episode, but if you've missed out on some of the past episodes, this is a good time to catch up because I'm going to be spitting out a lot of content on Kempire Radio in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that. Have a great evening, y'all. I will see you guys later. Out of here.